Yo, what's happening, man? Welcome to another episode of the Damn You Too Sports Talk Show. It's your boy Ralph Sneaks. Bring you another episode of this uncensored, uncut sports talk. Before we get started, man, shout out to AIG Productions as always, setting this up and allowing this to happen. Shout out to the guys over there. Um, let's get straight to it, man. Smash the like button. As you watch this video, smash the like button. Hit the notification bell so you can get all notifications and get notified when I drop content. Um, you can go to my social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter or X, as you would call it, at Damn You Too Sports Talk. You can go to my Instagram page, Damn_YouTube_Sports Talk, or you can follow my personal page at Ralph_Sneaks on IG. But let's get to it, man. Uh, you got a lot of shit going on out there in LA right now, between both NBA franchises, the Lakers and the Clippers. Trying to get some understanding out of what the hell is going on in LA. As both sides or both teams, um, who are at one point in time, not that long ago, it was a battle for LA between the Clippers and the Lakers. And obviously, the Lakers have been owning LA for forever. And it was just in recent years, in recent memory, that the Clippers stepped in and emerged as a team that could have been better than the Lakers. But now it's just both teams. It's a battle of who gonna have the worst fuck up, because that's exactly what's going on out there in LA right now. Both teams uh, making bad decisions, um, and it's really costing them. So we trying to figure out what the hell is going on out there in LA with the Lakers and the Clippers. If you look at the LA Clippers, they went and acquired both Paul George via trade, and they gave up a lot to get Paul George. Um, if you want to revisit that trade, I mean, it's a lot to revisit when you're looking up the situation in which what they gave up to get a Paul George. Um, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. They gave up for people that don't remember, don't know. You know, they gave up Danilo Gallinari. They gave up Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who was the runner up in the MVP voting. They gave up a 2022 first rounder, a 2024 first rounder, a 2026 first rounder. They gave up a 2021 Miami Heat first round pick. They gave up a 2023 first round Miami Heat pick that was lottery protected. They gave up a 2023 first round pick swap and a 2025 first round pick swap. They gave up a lot to get Paul George. They gave all that to OKC. OKC still eating off of that. Um, so you gave up that to get Paul George over there, right? Um, you got Kawhi Leonard over there. He comes over there and signs after winning a championship over there in Toronto. Fresh off a championship victory with the Toronto Raptors, he comes and signs over there. Then you trade for Paul George. So now you got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard together in LA if you Steve Ballmer, right? Um, you thinking it's gonna work out? It doesn't work out. So now you got a situation uh, in which you got two guys over there you paying hella money to, and you can't get them guys on the court together. So I don't know what the hell what you gonna do now, because you paid Kawhi Leonard and you paying Paul George, and now you've allowed Paul George to walk in free agency for nothing because you turned down the deal from the Clippers. And memory serves me correct, you turned down the deal from the Golden State Warriors for Paul George. Now, if memory serves me correct, I'm thinking memory serves me correct, they turned down Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, Chris Paul, and a first round pick. They turned all that down and allowed Paul George to walk in free agency for nothing. And Paul George signed a 4-year, $212 million max deal to join the Philadelphia 76ers. So, you're looking at this situation where you're looking at a situation where it's like, what the hell are you doing You're looking at a situation where what the hell are you doing if you're the Clippers? You know what I'm saying? You allow Paul George to walk for nothing after giving up all that to the Oklahoma City Thunder that I just called out. You have a boatload of shit to OKC, in which OKC still eating, and they got a run up, a MVP run up over there in Shea Gilders, right? So you give all that up if you the Clippers, and then you're not going to re-sign Paul George. You offered an extension to Kawhi Leonard, and the right was on the wall then when you offered the extension to Kawhi Leonard and not Paul George. So you got these guys who can't even play together because of injury. And now you allowing Paul George to just walk in free agency after reportedly turning down a deal from the Golden State Warriors that included Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Chris Paul, and a first-round pick. And you turn that down just to allow and CP3, and you turn that down just to allow Paul George to walk. I don't understand it if you Steve Ballmer. You got this $1 billion arena that you about to go into. You've allowed one of your stars who you gave up a shitload of assets to get, and you didn't get proper results from that because you're looking at the situation of how many games they played together. I think they missed over 100 games that they've been together, or possibly could have played together. They missed over 100. They only played like 62 games together since both Kawhi and Paul George has been in LA as a Clipper. They only played like 62 games together. So you've been paying max money to both of those guys, and you only got 62. You ain't even got a whole season out of these guys, and y'all been together since what, 2019, and it's 2024. So you've had 5 years of these guys together, and you ain't even get a full season of these guys playing together. Kawhi playing, Paul George hurt. Paul George playing, Kawhi hurt. Kawhi load managing. Kawhi doing all this, that, and the third. And the special treatment that they were rolling the red carpet out giving Kawhi Leonard, that rubbed a lot of the players the wrong way in LA. There were reports that that's part of the reason why Lou Will got traded out of LA. Is because he spoke and said something about it. Him and Montrezl Harrell kind of said something about that. These were reports that him and Montrezl Harrell said something about that, and it kind of rubbed the coaching staff and the front office the wrong way. Speaking up on how Kawhi Leonard is getting his special treatment, and this guy can't even be healthy enough to be out there on the court to ball with us, to play with us, to help us get to where we need to be, to show and prove with the reason why y'all brought him in, why y'all signed him. And soon after that was said by Montrezl Harrell and Lou Will, not in those exact words, but they hinted at something like that, and they were out of here. They were traded out of here. Lou Will ended up getting traded to Atlanta, and I think I can't remember where Montrezl Harrell went after that, but I know he ended up playing. He had like a little brief stint in Philly, and I want to say something in Charlotte. But he ended up going somewhere after that because Montrezl Harrell at one point was a six man. And I think he might have won Six Man of the Year, or if he didn't win it, he was runner up Six Man of the Year around that time. They were giving Kawhi, rolling the red carpet out for Kawhi, giving him all this special treatment, this, that, and the third, and you can't even get these guys together to play. All of this load managing, but then you got this guy Kawhi who's on Team USA. Now, how in the hell he can't play regular season games for the team that's cutting him the checks, but he can all of a sudden find enough health and strength in his knees to go out there and play for Team USA? How in the hell will somebody even put him on the Team USA roster knowing his health and knowing his availability because of his health? Now, the same way the Golden State Warriors are trying to stop Andrew Wiggins for playing for Team Canada, that's the same way Steve Ballmer need to step in and stop Kawhi from playing with Team USA. Because if he ain't available when I'm cutting you the check to play for me in the regular season, how in the hell are you available to play for Team USA? If your knees was hurting so damn bad in the postseason and you couldn't do nothing down the stretch of the regular season, how the hell are your knees now all of a sudden good enough to be able to go and play for Team USA? This is the kind of stuff you got to ask yourself if you Steve Ballmer. You extending Kawhi Leonard, but not Paul George. Now I get neither one of them was healthy enough to play together because when one was hurt, the other one was healthy, and the other one was healthy, the other one was hurt. I get that. But you look at the LA Clippers. One year they was together, they ain't even qualify for the playoffs because they got put out in the play-in. And if it wasn't for the play-in, they wouldn't have been in the playoffs. So overall, that little duo that they put together over in LA, that ain't work. Then you had James Harden come over there, that ain't work. And they just re-signed him 2 years, $70 million. So they giving him $35 million a year, and they paying Kawhi a max extension. But Paul George is out of there. He's now 76. He's now over in Philly as 76ers. Like I said, he signed 4 years, $212 million deal over there in Philly. So I don't know what the hell you're doing if you the Clippers. You bring back Ty Lue. I think you signed Nick Batum. You just signed Kevin Porter Jr. Over there after he was playing overseas. He had the domestic violence incident. So he spent this past season overseas playing somewhere. And now you just signed him in free agency. So I don't know what the deal is with Steve Ballmer and they don't. I mean, I'm not sure what the hell they gonna do. They going into this new $1 billion arena. It just ain't been. It just ain't worked. It ain't worked. Now what you did do is you came in and you made the Los Angeles Clippers watchable. At one point the Los Angeles Clippers wasn't even watchable. When Donald Sterling owned them, they wasn't even watchable. They didn't become watchable until CP3 got there. When CP3 got there and they got Lob City and had all that going with Doc Rivers as the head coach, with Blake Griffin, that's when they became watchable. They had Jamal Crawford over there. JJ Redick was over there. If I'm not mistaken, Big Baby had a tenure over there. DeAndre Jordan, CP3, not Chris Paul, CP3, Jamal Crawford, Blake Griffin. They became watchable then with Lob City. That's when they became watchable. Matt Barnes. It wasn't until that point they became watchable. So when Steve Ballmer took over, they just remained watchable. They ain't been winning nothing. They ain't even came. I mean, they've been spending a hell of a lot of money, and they've been watchable, but they haven't really achieved nothing. You put Kawhi and Paul George together, and you ain't get what you thought you was gonna get out of that. So they got that going on over there. Combined with the fact you in the same building with the Lakers, well, now you about to move out and get your own building. So now if you're looking in the free agency, I'm not sure who they looking to bring in. Maybe they may look to bring a DeMar DeRozan back home. Hopefully they can swoop in and take him away from the Lakers. Because it's reported that LeBron James was taking a pay cut to get guys in. So they done missed out on Paul George if you're the Lakers. Switching over to the Lakers now, since we talking about the LA teams, switching over to the Lakers. The Lakers done missed out on Paul George because, like I said, he's now 4 year, $212 million in with the 76ers. Now you done missed out on Klay Thompson, who, by the way, took less money to go to Dallas than what the Lakers were reportedly offering him. Klay Thompson pops was trying to talk him into going to the Lakers, and he said no. It was reported that LeBron James called Klay Thompson when free agency started to try to talk him into signing with the Lakers. He basically said no. So if you the LA Lakers, you in desperation mode. You got rid of Frank Vogel, the guy that well, first of all, when LeBron came in, I think Luke Walton was the coaching. They got rid of Luke Walton. They got rid of all those young pieces that they had over there that actually turned into quality players. You look at all the players they had over there that they got rid of to get AD. And I understand they did get a ring out of it, a bubble ring. In my opinion, I don't think they would have won the ring if it wasn't for COVID. COVID forced them into a bubble, and they won the ring there. Now, if they were that damn good, they would have been back to the finals by now. But since they've been knocked out twice by the Denver Nuggets, the Western Conference Finals, in which the coach that got you there, you fired him in Darvin Ham. The guy that you actually won the championship with in the bubble, Frank Vogel, you fired him. You fired Luke Walton when LeBron got there. Now you're on your fourth coach, and it done got worse because the guy you brought in here, J.J. Redick, has absolutely no head coaching experience whatsoever. He's battling DUI situations. The alleged racial slurs with the women that they were talking about with the women, the alleged racial slurs situation over there. Now you got a situation where Rich Paul, according to Bob Myers, who's the former GM of the Golden State Warriors, said that Rich Paul on draft day was calling GMs, threatening them not to select Bronny James, and that the Lakers were going to take him. And if anybody other than the Lakers took him, they were going to go to Australia. Which all that was a lie. You know how bad they would have made LeBron and Clutch Sports look if Bronny James, who they moved all these pieces around and try to get in the NBA with the Lakers, end up playing overseas in Australia? That would have made them look so foolish. That's why I don't think there ever was a time that they even considered Bronny going to play over in Australia. I don't think Bronny himself would have went over and played in Australia. So like I said before in previous videos, in order for them to pull that off, I don't think Rich Paul was calling GMs on draft day, the second round of the draft, threatening them that day. I think that he was calling GMs, but I don't think he called them all that day. I think he had been calling them over the past few weeks because you got to understand, it's still a business. So every time you call somebody, it ain't gonna be okay, yes, okay, yes. It's gonna be some guys that's gonna pull back on whatever it is you're trying to do because they're in the business of creating and building up on their brand and teams as well. Every time you call and propose a trade, the trade don't always go through because there's always something the other team want that you probably not willing to give. And so now you got to go back to the table and rework the trade. It ain't gonna always go through the first time you attempt. That's why I don't think Rich Paul was calling all these teams that same day. I think Rich Paul was calling these guys over the past few weeks, lining this thing up. Because it never made sense to me why nobody wasn't thinking logically, business-wise. Why wouldn't somebody take Bronny James, knowing that the Lakers wanted him, knowing that the Lakers had pieces that they were trying to move off of, knowing that you could draft Bronny James as a valuable asset because the Lakers were going to probably give you what you wanted or close to what you wanted to get him because that's the play they was trying to set up. And it dawned on me, why the hell wouldn't nobody think to take him anyway, knowing that the Lakers would trade you for him because that's who they really want. That's LeBron James' son. Lining his play up, so why wouldn't nobody step in and think from a business standpoint, here, if I got Bronny James, I drafted him. If you want him, trade me something for him and you can gladly have him. But now it all lines up when Bob Myers came out and said that Rich Paul was calling around, reportedly threatening teams not to draft Bronny James. If they did, they were going to go to Australia and play. So I say all that to say this. That's why certain guys had to go so they can get the play lined up. Darvin Ham had to go so they can line this play up and bring in a puppet like J.J. Redick. Why else the hell would you hire, if you're the L.A. Lakers and you in win now mode, why else the hell would you hire a head coach who ain't got no coaching experience? That makes absolutely no sense. Out of all the people Bron went and did a podcast with, he could have went and did a podcast with anybody else. But just so happened, J.J. Redick is the guy who he went and did the podcast with, and now he's the head coach. So now you got that going on. Klay Thompson, you wanted him, you didn't get him. He took less money to go to Dallas because he already see the shit that's going on over there. He already see how they got it lined up and going on. Think about it. Anytime they go out and acquire somebody and the season don't go how they think it should go, they blame them. The finger's going to get pointed. I already see the play. If Klay had went over there and the Lakers didn't have a successful season like they thought they should have, all the fingers and blame was going to be aimed and pointed directly at Klay Thompson. They was going to be talking about how Klay ain't got it no more, how he ain't this and how he ain't that. But they was just vouching for him. LeBron reportedly called him at the start of free agency to try to get him over there, and Klay didn't go. So you missed out on Paul George. You missed out on Klay Thompson. And the sad part about it is this ain't even a real strong free agency class. So now the free agents is only going to get weaker for the type of star player that you're trying to trade and get. Or try to sign, rather. Now you're going to have to trade for a star player. But I don't think that's the direction that the LA Lakers want to go in. I think the LA Lakers want to develop those young guys because I don't think JJ Redick can handle a star-studded roster. He has no head coaching experience. The best fit for JJ Redick, or the best thing for JJ Redick to have, is a young roster, somebody he can grow with. But that ain't the direction that LeBron James and Clutch Sports want to go in. LeBron and Clutch want to win. But you don't have a win now roster. And you failing to bring in free agents. You're failing to pull off blockbuster trades. So let me just guess what they trying to do here. LeBron ain't gonna take a pay cut now because he wasn't able to get the guys that he wanted to get. And I don't think DeMar DeRozan is coming over there. Because I think DeMar DeRozan see the play too. I think everybody see the players what's going on over there. They know they're gonna get the blame. They know that they're not gonna stay together long enough to win anything. Because soon as the season don't go accordingly, they're gonna get rid of your ass, and then they're gonna have to start all over with chemistry. They saw what happened to Russell Westbrook. They brought him in. The season didn't go accordingly, and now they pointed all the blaming fingers at Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook left there, went to the Clippers, and actually played better as a Clipper than he did as a Laker. So you got all kinds of hell beat out of you this year by the Nuggets, and the finger pointing started. So they did all that maneuvering of the pieces on the board to get Bronny over there. I'm telling you what's going to happen. They did all the maneuvering of the pieces over there to get Bronny coming over there. Bronny come over there. JJ Redick is the puppet that's going to give him the minutes. And hold on, I ain't even got to this point yet. Let me get to this point so I can connect it. They ain't even got a coaching staff assembled yet. They was talking all this shit before the JJ Redick was hired and how they was trying to assemble a coaching staff, and none of the guys that was named is over there. Phil Handy, he ain't coming back because he see the play. He see what's going on. He ain't with it. They was talking about lining Rondo up to come over there. He ain't got there yet. They were talking about lining Sam Cassell up to come over there. He ain't got there yet. Now, if I'm Sam Cassell, why the hell would I want to go and be an assistant on the Lakers coaching staff up under JJ Redick, a guy who I'm more qualified to be a head coach than he is? I might as well stay where I'm at. Why the hell would I want to come over there and deal with that? Because I already see the play was about to happen. They about to JJ Redick is already the puppet. That's the head coach. They about to get some other assistant coaches that's along with the show. They gonna try to give Bronny meaningful minutes. Now, how the hell you gonna develop young players and be in win now mode at the same time? If you developing young players, you're not in win now mode. But when you got LeBron James on your team, you're not into developing players. You in win now mode. So how the hell is that gonna happen? Remember, Bron did say that Bronny was better than what they had on the roster in LA. He was better than half them dudes in the league. So now that you got your son over there, we gonna see how good he is since you made that statement. Because how the hell you in win now mode and you got young guys on your roster that you need developing with a young head coach with no experience? You couldn't get any free agents. And this was one of the weaker free agent classes. You couldn't get free agents. You couldn't pull off any trades. And you pretty much gonna run it back with the same team except for the addition of Bronny James and Dalton Connect, who you got with the 17th and the 55th pick in the draft. So even if you did go and get a Klay Thompson, what were you gonna play him? Because D'Lo opted back in. Was Klay gonna come off the bench? Because they was still trying to go and get Brook Lopez. From the last reports I read, they were trying to bring in Brook Lopez. So if they had to pull the Brook Lopez thing off, then Brook Lopez would have been at the 5, AD would have been at the 4, LeBron would have been at the 3, Austin Reeves at the 2, and then D'Lo at the 1. So what was Klay Thompson gonna come in at? Because you just drafted Dalton Connect, who's a shooting guard. So what was Klay gonna come in at? As the 3? behind LeBron. So what was you gonna do? And I know you weren't gonna pay Klay Thompson around 20 or over 20 a year to come in and come off the bench. And even if you do that, you're paying Austin Reeves if you bump Austin Reeves to the bench. So what the hell are you really gonna do? I'm not saying that it can't happen because of the money, but if you LA, why are you? I mean, why would you do that? That's why I think Rob Pelinka got one vision and LeBron got another. They not on the same page about what's going on in LA. I'm more of the mindset to believe that Rob Pelinka wants to develop those young guys because now you hired a young coach. Extended Max Christie, and he's yet to really get any meaningful minutes to really show you what he got. You didn't pull the trade off with Trae Young. He's no longer a clutch client, so you didn't pull the Trae Young trade off. You didn't pull the DeJounte Murray trade off. You didn't get Klay Thompson. You didn't get Paul George. And I don't believe you're going to get DeMar DeRozan. So there's no other player left. And I don't think you could win in win now mode if you go and get a DeMar DeRozan. So there's really no other player left in free agency that you can go and sign that's going to put you over the hump. The only thing that can put you over the hump is a blockbuster deal. And who do you have to trade off to get a blockbuster deal back? I don't think teams are willing to help the Lakers right now pull off a blockbuster trade. Because for one, I don't think the team liked the stunt that Rich Paul pulled, calling those other GMs and teams, threatening them not to draft Bronny. I don't think people was too fond of that. So now when you do something like that and you need additional help, I don't think teams are gonna come back around and help you now that you're strong on them like that. I think that move is gonna come back to bite them in the ass. And that's exactly what it looked like it's doing. Biting them in the ass. Because if you LeBron James, who the hell are you taking a pay cut for now? Who the hell you gonna move now to get a player that's gonna help you, that's gonna help put you over the top because you in win now mode? I think all this going on over there in LA was just a money stunt. Because think about all the money that the LA gonna make now with the first father-son duo in the NBA on the same team. LeBron James, his production company, they gonna make a documentary, right? Jeannie Buss gonna profit a hell of a lot of money off of it because it's gonna be done in the purple and gold out there in LA at the crypto. It's gonna generate a lot of buzz. It's gonna sell a lot of merch. It's gonna get a lot of views. The ratings gonna be out the damn roof. They're gonna make a lot of money over there. That was the whole setup and play about Bronny James. I think a lot of people see that and know that. That's why they ain't going over there. And I told y'all before, it ain't even about winning no more over there in LA with the Lakers. It's more about entertainment now than it is winning. If you had to put a priority list together for the LA Lakers, I can guarantee you winning is not at the top of it no more. It's entertainment at the top of it now. And I don't know where the hell you would put winning on the list, but it ain't at the top. It ain't above entertainment. That's exactly what's going on over there in LA. It's all about entertainment now. It ain't about winning. That was the whole play of put together to get Bronny in there for the money. Now you went from I never seen so much hype around the 55th pick in the NBA draft. At first you said he was 6'4". Then he went to then you said it went from 6'4" to 6'3". Then he checked out measurements at 6'1". So you telling me he shrunk 3 inches? And you telling me he put shoes on, he gonna grow 3 inches? Make this shit make sense. It's an absolute clown show going on out there in LA right now. Like, what the hell is really going on? And this is the type of stuff a lot of people on mainstream TV ain't gonna say. A lot of them people sit up there on ESPN, they ain't gonna say no shit like this. They'll dance around it and talk about how Bronny and LeBron gonna get together and they gonna win this, that, and the third. But they ignoring all the facts. They ignoring all the realness about it. He averaged 4 points a game. And I get the situation with his heart that he had. That had something to do with it. But he's been cleared by the NBA doctors and all that to even be in the draft to play. He averaged 4 points at USC, but all of a sudden now he's supposed to come into a win now team in the LA Lakers and be the piece that helped get them over the top. Somebody make it make sense. Now I'm not saying that Bronny James can't give you nothing, but he's in a win now situation in LA, and he ain't the missing piece that they need to get him over the top. Make it make sense. They got him there. Now he got to go out there in summer league and perform. Now, how the hell you think that's gonna look if he go out there in the summer league and don't perform and lay an egg, and somebody outperforms him, but he still gets on the team and gets more meaningful minutes than the person that outperformed him? But you in win now mode, and you got a head coach who don't got experience. How in the hell does that make sense if you in LA? I'm telling you the whole play. I'm telling you the whole play. Once I tell you the whole play, you go back and put the timeline, the sequence of events together in the timeline and see don't it add up to what I'm telling you is going to add up to. It don't make sense. All this was a money play. That's it. I guarantee you the real LA Laker fans, I'm talking about the real LA Laker fans that were there years prior to LeBron getting there, I'll tell you that they don't like this shit. It ain't a winning culture. I'm telling you something right now. If Kobe was living, he wouldn't go for this shit. And there's a lot of people that are in that, in that Laker, inner circle, former Laker players are in the inner circle. They ain't saying nothing about it publicly, but I guarantee you behind closed doors and in their head, they shaking their head saying this don't make no damn sense. One man done tore up the franchise. I'm talking about the LA Laker franchise is all tore to hell. You got Linda and Kurt Rambis up in there helping make decisions. Magic Johnson got the hell up out of there. You can't get a quality head coach to come in there because they don't want to put up with the bullshit. You got Rich Paul and them pulling the strings. Jeannie Buss might as well hand the damn team over to Rich Paul and LeBron James. Matter of fact, LeBron, you ain't even got to get into ownership of an expansion team. You might as well, Jeannie Buss might as well just hand you the damn team right there while you're there. That's exactly how the hell y'all running it, straight through hell. Y'all ain't running it to hell. You running it through hell. Look at all them players that you had over there that you got rid of for AD. And AD had a solid season last year as far as his health and his availability. But how many times you gonna get that back-to-back seasons from AD? You got it last year from AD. What's the chances that you're gonna get it this season from AD? Everybody a year older, including LeBron. You can't pull off blockbuster trades. You run around here threatening other teams not to draft LeBron James' son because you want him. All this, you bring in a damn coach that ain't got no experience, who drank a whole case of damn beer a day. You got all this shit going on out there if you the LA Lakers. And all this was just for a money grab. I guarantee you all this right here is going to be for a money grab. Watch what I tell you. This right here is just a build up for them to shoot that documentary with the first father-son duo on the same team. And it just so happened to be with one of the most legendary historical franchises in the NBA, the LA Lakers. So this is a big-ass money grab. It ain't about winning. It's a big-ass money grab. That's exactly what it is. It's about entertainment. That's why I told y'all, entertainment is higher on the priority list right now for the Lakers than winning. You got people in there right now that don't even have a resume that says I am accustomed to winning, or I'm close enough to being accustomed to winning to help you win. You ain't even got that right now. You got a damn first year head coach who don't know a damn thing about, and I'm not gonna say completely know nothing because JJ Redick is a former NBA player, but I'm talking about from a head coaching standpoint. He don't know a damn thing about being a head coach. He could have got anybody on that podcast to draw some X's and O's plays, but instead he went out there and got JJ Redick. And then to make things, and then they try to hype JJ Redick up by throwing in Dan Hurley. They went and interviewed Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley turned the job down. And then they went and turned around and hired JJ Redick after the fact to kind of make it seem like JJ Redick was up there on that Dan Hurley level of coaching. So that once they didn't get one guy, they already had another guy lined up that was up there in that same level to make it seem like they really did something by hiring JJ Redick. Nobody was offering JJ. It was one team that was speaking with JJ Redick or was interested in JJ Redick, and that one team was briefly interested in JJ Redick, and then they quickly went and got what's my guy name? I think his name Charles Lee. He was on the Boston Celtics coaching staff, and it was Charlotte. They just recently hired him. That was the only team that I saw that was connected to JJ Redick. Then here come the Lakers. But then after the Lakers got interested in JJ Redick, Charlotte Hornet got off of JJ Redick, and then they went and turned their focus and attention to the guy Charles Lee, who, like I said, was an assistant coach on bench in Boston. And then they hired him. But nobody else was interested in JJ Redick, not even the fucking Pistons. And they won, 14 games last year, and they wasn't even interested in him. The Cleveland Cavs fired JB Biggerstaff, and they weren't even interested in JJ Redick. I think they went and hired Kenny Atkinson. And JB Biggerstaff just recently got hired by the Pistons. They weren't even the Pistons and the Cavs were in the Hornets. Well, the Hornets briefly was, but the Pistons and the Cavs needed head coaches, and they weren't even interested in JJ Redick. It would have made more sense for JJ Redick to coach the damn Pistons if he was going to get a head coaching job than it was the LA Lakers. So I think the Pistons got a young team. They need a young coach that they can grow with. And what more of a coach they need with somebody with no damn experience that they can go through all the mistakes. They can make all the mistakes together, and it really wouldn't matter because nobody's checking for the Detroit Pistons to be anywhere close to being a contender coming out of the East. Not this year, not next year, and probably not the year after that. So he would have had this year, next year, and the year after to grow with a young squad and gain some coaching experience at the same time for his next gig, because I don't think he was going to last too much long after that in Detroit, had the Detroit Pistons hired him. But instead, he got hired by a win-now organization, one of the most historical, legendary franchises in the league, with no head coaching experience. Now, who in the hell made that decision? And if you Rob Pelinka, you got your hands tied because it ain't but so much you can do. Because you got your hands tied up by clutching LeBron. So somebody make it make sense on what the hell is going on out there in LA. This shit is outright embarrassing. And I can guarantee you the original Laker fans out there, I'm talking about the OG Laker fans, the fans that were there long before LeBron got there. They ain't in line with this shit. I can almost guarantee you that. The only people that's talking about this shit and like this shit is these new age fans. The ones that just got there when LeBron got there. I'm talking about the ones that can't tell you a damn thing about the Lakers prior to LeBron getting there. And all of a sudden they know every damn thing since LeBron got there. Them the only ones that's on board with this shit. These are the only ones that every year they fire a coach and hire one they think they're going to win the chip this year. They the only one think that Bronny James was the missing piece that's going to put them over the top to win a chip this year or get them to the finals. But they don't even understand, well, maybe they do understand, but they ain't saying it. Each year that passed by, that means that's a year older LeBron has gotten. So don't sit up and act like every time a year go by that the man get younger and eventually he's going to end up back to the prime LeBron James in his mid-20s. Each year that passed by and you don't get it done, that's a year older. And look like this is going to be another year that they don't get it done because they can't get in, they can't reel in free agents. They can't make the blockbuster trades no more. And now they got to go into a territory which they unfamiliar with, which is drafting, rebuilding, and relying on young talent to progress. And the opportunity they had to do that is when before AD got there. Is when LeBron got there and they had all them young pieces and they traded them off. Julius Randle gone, Brandon Ingram gone, Josh Hart gone, Kyle Kuzma gone, Lopez gone, Zubac gone, Clarkson gone. All them guys gone. Lonzo gone. And all those guys turned out to be quality players after they left. The only one that you could have a question mark about is Lonzo, and that's because his knee's the injury. And even before he got hurt, the last year he was over there in New Orleans, he started to pick it up and play much better. And then the first year he got to Chicago, Chicago was a damn good team. Like I told y'all before, when he got over there with DeMar DeRozan in Chicago, after DeRozan left the Spurs and ended up in Chicago, DeMar DeRozan name was brought up in MVP conversation. Not as the MVP front runner, but his name came up when you start talking about MVPs and guys that was playing well enough to be a MVP. His name came up in the conversation. Like I said, not as the front runner, but his name came up in the MVP combos. So you got rid of all that talent to get AD. And on top of that, AD originally wasn't even too fond of the hiring of JJ Redick. He didn't even want JJ Redick. But now he probably gonna come out and say he do. I mean, that's part of the protocol now. You got to kind of be on board with what's going on, especially if you AD, one of the star players of the team. You got to be on board with what's going on. Now I ain't hating or doing none of that, but I'm just saying make it make sense. What you doing and what you saying don't align. You in win now mode, but you jumping for joy, throwing confetti, and having ice cream, cake and ice cream party because you drafted Bronny James with the 55th pick, and you think that's the missing piece that's gonna help you get over the top. And then you can't even get free agents. You got guys turning the Lakers' opportunities down to come over there to take less money to go elsewhere. So that's exactly what Clay did. He took less money to go to Dallas. Now, how the hell did we know that LeBron James called Klay Thompson at the start of free agency? Unless Bron put that out there. Who in the hell had his phone tapped to know that he called Klay Thompson? Because I didn't hear it from Klay Thompson saying that he called. It was reported that LeBron called. I've yet to hear from Klay Thompson himself to say Bron called him. So who the hell put that information out there? So you call that man at the beginning of when free agency started, and he took less money to go elsewhere. Even his pops, I'm talking about Klay Thompson pops, was trying to get him to join the Lakers, and he said no. He already seen the play was going on over there. I'm telling you, it's a mess over there in LA. They done tore up the damn franchise. They done ran it straight to hell. Jeannie Buss, as the owner, she ain't really stepping in and doing shit. She kind of going along with it because it's a big ass money grab for her. But now the LA Lakers have turned into more of an entertainment show than it is a winning organization. So going back looking at Darvin Ham when he was the head coach with the LA Lakers, you did get to the Western Conference Finals with him. I don't think they hired Darvin. I don't think they hired any coach without running it through LeBron. So it's not like Bron didn't know Darvin Ham was going to be the coach. He didn't find out the way we found out. I guarantee you they already informed him, and he co-signed that Darvin Ham to be hired as the head coach over there. They already got this shit lined up, and now 2 years later you get the man fired after you done went to the Western Conference Finals. I'm telling you, it's all a money grab. The documentary is coming. The LeBron James era as a LA Laker has been an absolute failure. And I'm willing to bet OG Laker fans will tell you that. It's these new age fans that won't admit to that. See, they went out there and hung up the damn banner for in-season tourney and thought that was the end of it. Got to the playoffs and got all kinds of hell beat out you by the Nuggets. Because the Nuggets gentlemen swept you. They could have beat you worse than that, but they tore it around with you. Gentlemen swept you, let you get one, and took you right on out. You remember how Uncle Phil used to toss Jazz out the house on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? That's how the hell the Nuggets been tossing the Lakers out the playoffs the past 2 years. Just like Uncle Phil been tossing Jazz out the house on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's exactly how the Nuggets been getting the Lakers the hell about the playoffs. Jacking them up by the collar of their shirt, walking them to the exit, and tossing them the hell out the playoffs. That's exactly how it's been going on. but it's all a money grab. But now you think that the West is tough, and I ain't even talking about just the Nuggets. The Nuggets ain't the only team that would have tossed you up out of there like that. OKC would have got you up out of there. Minnesota would have got you up out of there. Denver did get you up out of there. Dallas would have got you up out of there. So you weren't even going to come close back to the Western Conference Finals anyway. But instead of concentrating on how to add on to this team, how to get past the Denver Nuggets, because they done put us out 2 years in a row. And 1 year they put us out right before the NBA Finals, in the Western Conference Finals. Instead of trying to figure out how to get better, they worry about trying to get the coach up out of here. The man ain't been there for 2 years, and you done seen a Western Conference Finals appearance from the dude. He been there for 2 years. Instead of trying to figure out how to add to the team, analyze what we went wrong, what we lost, what we need to add, what we need to subtract and add. The type of guys that's going to be available that we could possibly go and get in free agency or via trade with the guys we got without gutting the whole team out. And it may not even be a major piece you need. It might have just been a high-value role player that you could have used that could have helped you out. But you can't do that because you want to get rid of all the talent that you're trying to develop to go and get another old aging star. Like I said, I don't think you're going to go get DeMar DeRozan. I think DeMar DeRozan is going to end up a Clipper, to be honest with you. And even if you do get DeMar DeRozan, he ain't going to be the missing piece that's going to help you get over the top. I keep telling people this, and people think I'm crazy. I'm telling people that LeBron James is not going to win no more rings before he retires. The amount of rings he's sitting on right now, 4, is the amount he's going to retire with. The one he got in Cleveland, the bubble ring he got in, the 2 he got in Miami. That's what he's going to sit on and retire with. I don't think he's winning no more rings before he retires. People think I'm crazy for saying that. I don't know how the hell you can look at the situation was going on out there in LA and think that he ain't going to retire with the rings other than the ones he got. So who they going to look to go and get now? A Zach LaVine? They going to reach and go and get a Zach LaVine. And you know what? If I'm the other GMs, I'll look at them and say, look, well, since y'all want to pull that little bullshit ass stunt on draft day with Bronny James, no, I ain't trading him. I'll take less to send him somewhere else. I ain't helping y'all out. Y'all want to call me and threaten me not to draft Bronny James, and we all in the same business. But you want to call me and threaten me not to draft him, or is he gonna go overseas? You gonna try to little boy me and pull that stunt on me? I tell you what, I got a player you need. No, I ain't trading him to you. The hell with y'all. Fuck y'all. I'll trade him somewhere else for a little bit less. That's exactly what I'll be looking at if I'm anybody that the Lakers reaching out to do business with. Nope, not doing it. I'll take a little bit less of an offer from somewhere else. Because truth be told, what the hell do the Lakers got to offer? They got Austin Reeves. They got D'Lo. What pick? What year picks can they offer now? Hachimura, they got him to offer. Jared Vanderbilt. I mean, exactly what do they have to offer to get the type of player that they need? And even if they do give up those assets to get that type of player, what type of bench production they gonna have? Max Christie, they got him available. What type of bench you gonna have other than Bronny James and the guy that you just drafted 17 pick, Dalton Knecht? Who else you gonna have? They ain't gonna get it done. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. All this shit was like a money play. They gonna rake in tons of money. Jeannie Buss gonna profit tons of money from this. It ain't about winning no more out there in LA. Because now what the hell you gonna do? Go and try to get a DeMar DeRozan, a guy who you should have already had, but you instead of going to get him then, you went and got a Russell Westbrook, and that didn't work. You pointed the finger and tried to blame Russell Westbrook. He left, went to the Clippers, and played better as a Clipper than he did as the Lakers with the Lakers. So who you gonna point the finger at now? Because all this shit about to blow up. And guess who they gonna look at now? Ain't nobody else to look at but LeBron in Clutch Sports. They signed off on this JJ Redick shit. Why the hell they didn't vouch? Why the hell didn't LeBron go and put Sam Cassell in that same seat he put JJ Redick in and did the podcast with him? So he can get the head coaching job. Or if he didn't get the head coaching job in LA, he would have got the job somewhere. But more than likely, it would have been in LA because that was the whole reason for LeBron doing the podcast to get the coach fired in Darvingham, which I think was some disrespectful whole ass shit in my opinion. Because if you Darvingham, how the hell you feel when you know you at odds with your star player, and then you look up and he doing a damn podcast with another guy who ain't got no experience, and you know that's the play that they talking about firing you at the end of the season. And this is the guy you know more than likely that they're gonna hire because why the hell else would LeBron James be doing a podcast with him talking X's and O's from a coaching standpoint? Why the hell when he go get somebody else that already is an assistant to talk X's and O's as a head coaching standpoint? They went and talking X's and O's with an inexperienced guy, an analyst. And I get that he's a former NBA player, but he don't have any coaching experience whatsoever, not even as an assistant on any level. So what the hell kind of sense does that make? You got to feel some type of way if you Darvin Ham. I bet Darvin Ham in the back of his head said, man, go ahead and fire me. I'm ready to get the hell out of here anyway. If the upper management and front office don't see and recognize the disrespect that's going on, then I don't need to be here. That's how I would be thinking if I'm Darvin Ham. Fire me. You still owe me any goddamn way. I sit my ass out and collect checks from y'all because y'all still got to pay me what you owe me. So it's just all kind of disrespect going on. I would have took that. I would have felt some type of way about that. So why the hell he couldn't vouch for to get Mark Jackson back in? They literally blackballed Mark Jackson from being a head coach. So why the hell you couldn't put Mark Jackson on that seat? You could have put anybody else on that seat that had some experience to become the Lakers head coach, but you went and got an inexperienced analyst who really was and I'm not talking bad about JJ Redick because if I'm JJ Redick, I would have took the job too. If they crazy enough to offer it to me, then I damn take it. And guess what? If they fire me, they still gonna have to pay me what they owe me. So I mean, it's not like my check cut off when they fire me. No, I signed the contract. You still owe me the remainder of that contract. So you hire me, you fire me, you still pay me. That's how I'm looking at it. So I'm not talking bashing JJ Redick. I'm just saying his lack of experience. And if I was him, I would have took the damn job too if they was crazy enough to offer it to me, knowing that I didn't have the resume for the job. But you hired me any damn way. It ain't what you know, it's who you know. So if I'm any other team, I ain't helping the Lakers out. Since you wanna mess my business plans up in day 2 of the draft with Rich Paul, then I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna pull a business play. I ain't gonna help you out in a free agent move in a trade scenario. And if I do help you, I'm gonna take everything you got that could possibly help you on top of what you need, what you're getting from me. So the trade really don't work out in your favor. So you're not gonna have reliable guys coming off the bench, and you don't have a reliable coach because he ain't got no experience. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be so much money made out there in LA with LeBron and Bronny playing. And that's the whole thing. It's not even about winning. It ain't even about winning right now. It's more so about entertainment and raking in the dollars off the entertainment. That Lakers organization has fallen completely off. They ain't even close to what it was when Kobe was alive, when Dr. Bus was alive. They ain't even close. They ain't even built on the same morals no more. That team is wiped the hell out. That team is pretty much over out there in LA. They gonna have to go into unfamiliar territory. They gonna have to go in and complete rebuild without a star player. They gonna have to learn to hit on the picks in the draft, and they gonna have to develop them picks that they get in the draft. They gonna have to stockpile assets. They gonna have to go into rebuild mode. That's exactly where they going because the West is only getting tougher. Look at the teams. Klay Thompson just went to the team in Dallas that was just in the finals. Minnesota's a tough team. OKC's a tough team. I think Sacramento gonna make the playoffs. I think Phoenix will get in, but I don't think Phoenix gonna do much of nothing. So if you the LA Lakers, you got all that going on. So you know, it's I mean, it's gonna be a tough sled. You got all that if you LA going on. OKC, Dallas, Minnesota. You got John Morant gonna be back in action with the Memphis Grizzlies. You got the new addition of DeJounte Murray in New Orleans. They gonna be a pretty tough squad. Like I said, Sacramento, I got them to be back in the playoffs. Denver, of course, they gonna be in. So it's like, what the hell are you doing by making the highlight of your draft Bronny James? I get it's LeBron James' son, but that does nothing for you as far as winning. And that's what the LA Lakers franchise is built off of. The legendariness of the franchise is built off of winning chips. You up there raising up a damn in-season tournament banner, throwing confetti every damn well, having a cake and ice cream party. Meanwhile, your rival in the Boston Celtics just hung an NBA championship banner up. Number 18, they just one up you in the championship banner. They got another one hanging from the Raptors that you don't have. But instead of raising or trying to raise a NBA championship banner, you up there worried about raising a damn in-season tournament banner and being proud that you the first team to win an in-season tournament. No shit, it's the first year they did it. So it was gonna be somebody's first ever winning the in-season, first team to win the in-season tournament. It was the first year they did it, so somebody was gonna be the first to win it anyway. But you raise a banner for that, and that's the end goal, to raise an in-season tournament banner and not raise a damn NBA championship banner. Meanwhile, your rival, the Boston Celtics, just raised one. And instead of trying to get better to get back to the championship so you can match the Boston Celtics, you more worried about drafting Bronny James. LeBron ain't like, I mean, it's not like we sitting here and we're gonna have another 10 years of LeBron James. You only got a couple more years. So you need to be trying to do what you need to do to raise another banner, wherever you at. It just happened that he in LA. And I get it. You bring your son in, this, that, and it's the first time the father and son do. I get all that. I get all that. But I think LeBron's son was eventually going to be drafted or be in the league anyway based off his name. He was going to have the opportunity anyway based off his name. They were going to give him the opportunity anyway. But I think what's going to come back and bite the Lakers in the ass is the way they went about it. Because now a lot of people wasn't feeling that. You know, they felt like they was being bullied by Rich Paul. They wasn't feeling that. They probably was going to give you Bronny anyway. They just wanted to get in on the deal and benefit too. It's not like they were going to take him and hold him hostage and keep you from getting him. I mean, yeah, we could take him and we could trade him to you, and I can get some assets, some free assets, basically assets that I didn't have in return for a player that you want. But you got bullied into not doing that, and now you kind of compromising my business to some degree because the assets that I would have gotten back ain't no telling what I could have flipped them and turned them into to help my franchise, to help my team. But a lot of people ain't thinking about it like that. So now the league gonna do a favor and say, "Nah, we ain't helping them. The hell with them. We'll do a deal with somebody else for a little bit less." You just seen Clay choose Dallas over LA for a little bit less. So I think this was going on with the LA. It's a lot. It's a mess going on out there in LA right now. With both the Clippers and the Lakers. More so the Lakers because I think the Clippers. The Clippers have already been in the territory of being a mess during the Donald Sterling era. So right now it's more so the Lakers in a big ass mess. That I don't know how the hell they're gonna clean that up after the LeBron James era. And like I said, to me, the LeBron James era has been a failure in LA. You're about to be on your fourth coach. Well, you is on your fourth coach now with the introduction and hiring of JJ Redick. You're on your fourth coach since you've been there. Um, you're not getting the marquee players no more. You're not making the blockbuster trades to get them. You're not signing them in free agency. You're not getting the results at the end of the season, playing in the finals that you should, other than the bubble. And like I said, if it wasn't for COVID, I don't think that would have happened. This is my opinion. I don't think that would have happened because COVID helped you and allowed that to happen. And if you the Clippers, you're losing Paul George after you done gave up a boatload of shit to get him, and an MVP candidate in Shea Gilders. You gave up all that to get him, just to not re-sign him and let him walk for nothing. You turned down a deal from the Golden State Warriors just to let him walk for nothing. which I don't understand. At least get me something back. You're not gonna get all back of what you gave up to get Paul George, but what the Golden State Warriors offered you in CP3, Wiggins, Kuminga, and a first round pick, that was a damn good package, and you turned it down. So I'm not sure what the hell is going on over there. In LA, I'm talking both Clippers and Lakers. Um, but I mean, it's almost like you just got people in place just to have them in place that don't really know what they're doing over there. Um, this shit is borderline embarrassing. You know, I ain't never seen the LA Laker franchise down this bad. Um, like I said, the late great Kobe, RP to Kobe, the late great one, Mamba, he wouldn't allow this shit to go down. Um, so it's just I don't know what the hell is going on over there. They got other agendas they trying to carry out over there, and winning ain't at the top of the list. Um, so you know, I don't know what the hell they got going over there in LA, but like I said, it ain't winning. It's some weird shit going on. Uh, a lot of stuff just don't make sense, and I've yet to see um, a new age current Laker fan to tell me, explain it to me to make it make sense. Because I see some of these old school Laker fans shaking their head like they don't know what the hell going on. They in unfamiliar territory. And like I say, man, all things that up must come down. So you know the Lakers been up for so long that they on the way down. But you know the way that they coming down is almost like they don't have to come down this way or this hard. You know they could have uh, slowed it down, so to speak, to kind of stay up top. But it's just a lot of shit that they did that really didn't make sense, and you know it's really gonna compromise the future of their franchise. Um, and I think it's just all entertainment now. It ain't even about winning no more. It's just all entertainment. Um, but yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Like always, man, appreciate the AIG Productions. Follow me on my platforms that's listed below. Go subscribe to the channel, like the content, share the content, smash that notification bell so you can get so you can get notified when I drop content. Follow me on those social media platforms: Instagram Ralph underscore sneaks, the sports page on IG is damn underscore YouTube underscore sports talk. If you want to follow me on Twitter, X as they call it, is damn you too sports talk. Until the next episode, man, I'll holler at y'all.